back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about Las Vegas. And it's one I've been really excited to share with you because it's one of my favourite places on the planet for a huge amount of reasons. So I'm going to share with you some of my best tips for where to stay, what to do, and more importantly, how to get in free and drink cheaper. So it's a video for the non-gamblers in you. So if you're hoping this video is about which casinos to go to, then sorry, this probably isn't for you. But if you're looking for something of like where to party and go out in Las Vegas and how to have the best time ever, then keep watching. If you like this video, then please subscribe and give it a big thumbs up, and here we go. So in Las Vegas, everything is pretty much centered around the main strip. It's like a 4-mile long road where all the casinos and resort complexes are based on. So one of my top tips when you go to Vegas is actually bear in mind that this massive place is gonna really tire you out if you're walking from one end to the other. Be prepared for taxis and definitely wear some comfortable shoes if you're wandering around. So the best times to visit Vegas, obviously with it being in Nevada and like quite a desert climate, is probably spring and in the late summer. In the heat of the summer, it is so hot, temperatures can reach 40 degrees, which is sweltering, and even a really good pool isn't going to cool you down from that. So spring break seems to be a really popular time for people to go, but then equally also quite busy. But from the general thing that I've heard from people and from when we went, which was in the beginning of September, sort of late summer and like springtime are some of the peak times to go to Vegas. Not feel too hot, but still have a really great time. The summer season starts in about March, and that's when all the pool parties and the big nights really start kicking off again. So if you're planning your trip, do it around these dates if that's the kind of atmosphere and vibe that you want to go for. Well, we went for 5 days, and I have to say it was the perfect amount of time. Because we came over from the UK, we had a little bit of jet lag to deal with the 8-hour time difference. So it gave us a day or so just to kind of get used to the new time zone, and then we still had enough time to play and do all the things that we wanted to do in Las Vegas without getting too burnt out by the end of it. A lot of people we actually met were like, you're going for 5 days? That's far too long. And I think that's because quite a lot of Americans can go for a long weekend. I'm really jealous, by the way. So it depends on who you talk to, but I think around 5 days is a good time to go to Vegas, especially if you've got other places in America planned after your trip. I have to say, as I said before, that staying on the strip is probably the best place for you to stay when you're in Vegas. I know that you might have a tight budget, but you can actually stay in some of the hotels and some of the really famous hotels for quite cheap if you find a good deal on their websites. So if you're looking for room reservations, check out each individual website of the kind of hotels you want to stay for, because I know places like Caesar's Palace can do room rates for as cheap as $29 a night, which is pretty decent for such a famous and massive hotel. You can stay in hostels off the strip, but these can be about £17 a night, so you see the price comparison isn't really that big, and then you'll be in the centre of it all and having a really amazing Vegas experience. But bear in mind that around certain times of the year, and if there's a big fight going on or a massive show that's coming into town, room rates are going to go up. So if you are budget conscious, make sure that you plan your trip around these times so that you can try and get the best rates possible. If you are feeling fancy though, then I would 100% recommend staying at the Wynn Hotel. It is absolutely beautiful, the most opulent place I've ever seen in my life. But at rates around $200 a night, it is on the pricier side. But if you can afford it, or if you could do it for one night, then 100% do. You won't believe your eyes when you go into this hotel. It is glorious. So for non-gamblers, people might think, why are you even going to Vegas? But Vegas has so much more than just the amazing casinos. I mean, even if you don't gamble, I do recommend just having a wander around all the hotels and the casinos just to kind of soak it all in. I mean, it's really a unique place, and it's not somewhere I've ever been before. Everything is so different. And it just really is quite a sight to see of like all the people gambling on the slot machines and at the tables, and just kind of looking at that is a day out in itself. And we actually spent a whole day wandering around and just people watching. And I mean, who doesn't love people watching? In Vegas is even better. So that's definitely a great thing to do, even as a non-gambler. One thing I absolutely recommend that you do in Las Vegas during your stay is go to a show. So there's 100 different types of shows at all the different resorts and hotels. They kind of all compete with each other to have the best and biggest show as well. So you're guaranteed to have the most incredible experience at any of the ones that you go and see. But the one that we went to go see that I absolutely fell in love with was Reve, which is also at the Wynn. And it's a water dance acrobatic show, Cirque du Soleil style. It was unreal. And I 100% recommend that you go to see that show if it's on while you're in town. Another great thing to do in Vegas is actually head to downtown Las Vegas. So downtown Vegas is kind of the seedier, cheaper, bright lights area that has the image in my mind of what I thought all of Las Vegas was going to be like. It's kind of like a bit down and dirty, but it's really, really good fun. There's a casino there called the Golden Nugget. It's a classic casino that you have to go and check out, and it's something that you'll kind of remember from all of the old films that feature Las Vegas in them. Another great thing to see in downtown Vegas is the Heart Attack Grill, which is a sort of cafe restaurant that serves massive burgers with like 9 patties in them and huge portions of fries, hence the name Heart Attack Grill. All of the waitresses are dressed as nurses, and if you weigh over 350 pounds, you can actually eat for free there. I did hear though that someone on the opening night actually had a heart attack while they were there, so a bit of a strange place, but definitely one to check out if you're going into downtown Vegas. Another great thing you can do there is do a zip wire from one end to the other. So you actually get hooked up in these zip wires and then fly across the downtown strip, and it looks so fun. We tried to do it, but what I would recommend that if you do want to do it is book your place for the zip wire as soon as you arrive, because you normally have about a 40-minute to an hour's long wait, and to avoid disappointment you want to try and get booked on there, because unfortunately we ran out of time and I wasn't able to zip wire through Vegas, but next time I'm totally doing it. Okay, so my favourite part of the trip to Vegas were the pool parties. They are epic, like the best fun you'll ever have, and I have to say it to you, Americans, you are so awesome. I love Americans. There's so much fun to party with, and they know how to show you a good time. You'll make so many friends when you're out there in Vegas with all the really cool Americans out there, and we just made so many friends just off the back of being British, basically. So the pool parties are really, really good fun, and the ones that I would recommend that you go to are Encore, which is the hotel owned part of the Wynn group. This is a massive, massive pool party, and they usually have some really big name DJs as well, so they're really popular and really good fun. There's also Rehab, which is at Hard Rock Hotel, and that's another one that we went to, and it's actually the original pool party in Las Vegas, so it's something to say you've gone and done. You'll also have a really good time, and if you're as lucky as we were, Jamie Foxx randomly showed up halfway through the day and then just started DJing. It was like it being in an alternate universe or something. So there's also Draii's, which is a pool party at the Cromwell Hotel, and this is a rooftop pool party. So you're not only in the pool having an amazing time to some great music, but you also have this incredible view of Las Vegas. So that's another one definitely not to miss on your trip. So when it comes to pool parties and nights out and getting into clubs and stuff, what you really want to do is just meet and befriend a promoter. It's probably the most important thing that you can do in your trip, because not only will the promoters know where the best nights are that night, they can also get you in free quite a lot and sort you out free drinks as well. So a guy that we met who I absolutely recommend you hook up with while you're in Vegas is Devo from Sin City VIP Hosts. He was awesome. He knows everyone in Vegas. He knows how to throw the best parties, and we had such a good time going out with him as well. So if you want to hook up with Devo, then check out the contact details below and let him know that Sylvie says hi. You'll have such a good time. So one thing that we did as well while we were in Vegas was actually fly out to the Grand Canyon. We had a limited time to be able to do this, so we wanted to use a helicopter to fly to the Grand Canyon to save time, but also have that kind of like fancy experience of being in a helicopter, and it was amazing. Although I recommend that you're not hungover when you do it, because we had a morning flight, and Steph and Jilly, my friends that I went with, were pretty much sick the whole time, and it wasn't that great for them. But if you're not hungover and you're feeling good, then you'll love the helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon. You go past the Hoover Dam and you have the most amazing view of the just entire landscape, and it really is breathtaking, especially when you come into the Grand Canyon, land, and you have a champagne picnic, take a load of photos, just soak up the fact that you're in this incredible wonder. Like, it's just unbelievable. So we kind of did a cheaper option, which just took us to the Western Rim, and it was about $200, but they kind of vary in price from operator to operator, so definitely shop around online and find a good deal. I've left a link for the company that we use below so that you can check them out, but they might not have the best price at the time that you're looking for, so definitely shop around. You can also do longer days out where you do like 8 hours while you're in the Grand Canyon. So the longer days you actually spend more time flying around, you can do different boat trips, but they can go up to about $800, $900 for the day, so it's a bit more pricey. Depending on your budget though, I would highly recommend doing a helicopter tour to the Grand Canyon. It's so much fun and it's a really, really memorable day. Obviously, you can't visit Las Vegas without taking a trip to the Las Vegas sign. You might want to get a taxi there to actually get your photo. There's quite a queue sometimes, so you just have to prepare to wait and be patient and take your turn to take your picture of the Vegas sign. But it's so good, and it really is just quite a cool and iconic photo to have. You definitely can't go to Vegas without going to that sign, so definitely make time for that while you're on your trip there. So I think I've covered everything that I would recommend for Las Vegas. If you've got any questions, then please don't hesitate to leave me a comment below. I'll answer any of the ones that I can. And if you do want to read a little bit more about Las Vegas, I've actually done 2 blog posts which I've left the links of below that you can also check out for a little bit of further reading. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe.